It's me again, Teen Services Librarian Kathy Janovitz here at the Escondido Public Library. We're in my office. This is a wall with fun posters. Anyway, so this is our second teen book talk for the month of October. And so I am going to give you a little review of two different books. And you can go to our website, which is in the description below, and enter to win one of the books. It's very simple. Just choose which of the two books that you like the best. Go to the website, put in your name, your age, phone number so we can contact you if you win, and choose which book you want to win. Very simple, super easy. Okie dokie. So our two books for today are, let's see, we have The 10th Girl by Sarah Faring, however you want to say it. And then we also have Eleanor Park by Rainbow Rowell. We're sort of doing like a newer book and like more of a classic because I think everyone should read this. Everyone. So I thought I'd highlight that one today also, as well as this newer one. So the first book, The 10th Girl by Sarah Faring. I like Faring, but you could pronounce it Faring, but it might be Faring. Anyway, so this book is a long book. It's over 400 pages. So, okay. So, basically, there's two main characters. There's Mavi, who is currently in Argentina in 1978. And her mother gets arrested. And this is supposed to be sort of like a suspensey book. It's kind of interesting the way they put it together. But her mom gets arrested by the military government, 1978 Argentina, and so she escapes to a girls' school that's at the south of Argentina in Patagonia, like the very south where there are like icebergs and stuff. So this is sort of like the representation of the school. And she escapes there to become a teacher. She's only 18, but she lies about her age, lies about her qualifications. She does speak English, and that's what she applied for, to be an English teacher. And so she escapes there. And so it's about her going there and meeting these strange people and trying to like educate the girls. It's like just a small group of like 10 girls whose parents are influential in the country. Just weird stuff, and then weird things just start happening. Like, it's an old building, you're in the middle of nowhere, how do you get stuff? And so it's mainly about her journey to figure out what's happening at the Vaquero Girls' School. And yeah, basically. And it's kind of creepy. And then there's another character, because the chapters are different. Chapters are in Mavi's voice, the I, and then the other chapters are someone named Angel. And as you perceive from the book, Angel sounds like they're someone who's currently from our time, who's dead or something, we don't know. And they have sort of like, they've invaded somebody's body in the house. And that's sort of part of the like creepiness of it. And they get to know Mavi as a person, and you're kind of wondering like who they are. And you hear about Angel's background and where they're from and just generally kind of how they got there. And you're not really sure what exactly is going on in the scenario. Like, you just kind of assume that Angel is dead and this is some sort of purgatory type thing. Creepy other people that suck their brains, or not their brains, but other creatures called others who like steal their memories to stay alive. This kind of weird stuff. So you see alternate chapters from those two people. Let's see. And you kind of wonder how Mavi and Angel, like, how they connect as people. Because they're like, what's the connection? There's got to be some connection. So I would suggest this for 14 and up. It's a little long. There is some language and some crude humor, which you only really see from one specific character, because I guess that's just their personality. And it is a little long. It is eerie. Like I said, there is a little section where you're just like, okay, come on, speed this thing up. But that could just be me. There is a payoff at the end, just like a lot of these sort of eerie, creepy books, there is a big twist at the end. When you first get to it, you're like, this is weird. Or at least I thought it was kind of weird. It makes sense. This twist, why it goes there for like today's readers, it would make sense for people reading this now, why it would twist that way. The end is good, it's satisfying, but you kind of have to like think about it for a second, like why would they do that? And you're like, did I like the twist? Did I not like the twist? You might not like the twist, but it was pretty good. I liked it. I just finished it like an hour ago because it took forever to read, probably because I was just tired. And or you got other stuff you got to do, but it was good. It was worth it. I did like reading it. I don't regret not choosing it. So, because I thought, hey, this sounds really good. Let's read it, and here we are. So, if this sounds good to you, you can win a chance to or enter to win a copy of this book, The 10th Girl by Sarah Faring. Ooh, yeah. And let's see. So our second book, I thought I'd do a classic. Because, again, it's one of my favorite books. So, a lot of you probably have heard of Eleanor Park by Rainbow Rowell. This was actually written in, gosh, I don't know now. Let's double check. 2013, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 7 years ago, which seems like a long time ago, but then you're like, oh, 2013, that doesn't sound too long ago. But then you're like, it's a classic! And you're like, well, it's only 7 years old. When does it become a classic? No one knows, but I think it's a classic. Like, everyone should read it for the rest of time, at least once. It's kind of like how some people think, I was just thinking about it today. The, oh my God, the John Green book that everybody's read. I just saw it this morning and now my mind is blanking. Anyway, you know the John Green book I'm talking about. The Fault in Our Stars. Everybody kind of thinks that's a classic. This, I think, is a better classic. Less cancer. Okay, less cancer. So if you don't know or if you haven't read it, I really recommend Eleanor Park. It takes place in like the late 80s. That doesn't really factor into a lot of what you see. Only the fact that they use like cassette players, and little headphones to listen to music. It's kind of the only really reference to the time period. So it's not like historically steeped or something. Some of the songs they listened to are bands that were popular then that you might not have heard of. But basically it's about Eleanor and it's about Park. They live in Nebraska in the middle of nowhere. Eleanor's starting a new school. And Eleanor is very tall. She's kind of heavy a little bit. Like me, has big bushy red hair. And she gets sort of bullied at school. She has issues. Things are going on in her home that aren't really great. And so that affects her, seriously affects her. Park is a half Korean American or Korean American. His mom is Korean and his dad is white. And he also has issues because they're in the middle of white Nebraska. So, but the two of them meet and it's not, of course, instant love. But their relationship just becomes like the epitome of everything you've ever wanted in a romantic relationship. And the writing is amazing. It's so good. And just their feelings toward each other and like the things that are happening in their life. And the ending is a little bittersweet, but yet with like, the good stuff. Like good stuff will happen later. But if you haven't read Eleanor Park, I do recommend it. It's really good. If you don't want to win it, that's fine. But I do recommend you read it if you don't mind romance. Some people don't like a little romance. But it's not super sticky, icky love romance. It sort of creeps up on you really slowly. And then it's just, I don't know. It's because, they're both, like, she's especially very fragile as a person. And you have to be very careful with her, but yet for him, it's like totally worth it because of, how he feels for her. So it's just the best. It's the best. So yeah. So if you want to win a copy of, well, not this copy because this is our library copy. I have another copy you can win. I just can't find it. I don't know where it went. But what's our website? esconidolibrary.org/teenbooktalk. Head over there, and if you're not already there, because the video will be there on our page, and then you just fill out the little form below with your information, and then choose which of the books you want to read. Don't choose both, just choose one, because then I don't know which one you really want to win. Choose one, and then you have 2 weeks to do that. So between now and then our next book talk, which is 2 weeks, you can go to the website and enter to win. And so now that we're done with book talk, I will then have to go check my emails for people who entered for the previous book talk in October and notify the winners. So that'll be fun. Yeah. And cool. That's it for Teen Book Talk. We will be back in 2 weeks in November. We'll have 2 again in November. Same kind of setup. And yeah. But we'll see you then. Woohoo! Welcome to my office, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I should stop. I missed the button.